Want to see more cool videos on our channel? We do, so press this bell and enable to send notifications.
One of the most popular sections in the Guinness World Records book is Biggest Things, from the astonishing blue whale, the world's tallest skyscrapers, to trucks and trailers that have wheels that are ridiculously big. The comparison of scale is what makes things stand out in terms of size. Here's a list of things that are bigger than you ever imagined. Have you ever heard of a wolf that's larger than life? Here goes. Number 20. An adult wombat. They are marsupials that are short-legged and quadrupedal. They're mostly found in Australia. A fully grown wombat looks like a giant teddy bear. It's cushiony and warm. When you see someone carrying it, it's like carrying a teenager. The fur from where I'm sitting feels soft and cuddly. Wombats are happy little animals. A fully grown wombat can reach to between 80 to 130 centimeters and weigh 40 kilograms. Yes, they're generally shy animals, but in few instances they have been known to charge when feeling threatened. Number 19. Giant leatherback sea turtle. Sea turtles are some of the most resilient creatures on Earth. For them to survive, they have to persevere a whole lot. We're glad that this one did and has been a wonder to our world. Also known as the Luff, this is the largest living turtle. In the Who's the Biggest Reptile contest, it comes in third, behind two crocodilians. Instead of having the regular bony shell, its shell is covered by skin and oily flesh. 18. How big is a billion? You have no idea how big a billion is. When we talk in terms of dollars, we don't get the magnitude of it at all. A billion is a million. How about we look at it in terms of time? 1 million seconds translates to 11 days, whereas 1 billion seconds translate to 31.5 years. 1 billion years can be referred to as an eon in astronomy and geology. A few fun facts. In 2016, Apple sold 1 billion phones, making it the most successful product line in the face of the Earth. In 2016 as well, Facebook finally had 1.71 billion users. Number 17. Giant Africa land snail. Snails on a normal day are pretty small and slimy. That's not the case for the giant Africa land snail, which is almost the size of a kitten. It's scientifically known as Achatina fullica. It's largely associated with pest problems and considered the most common invasive species ever known. In some cases, it also spreads human disease. It thrives well in environments with mild climates, and it's a danger to agricultural crops. Number 16. This is how many Earths would be inside the Sun. When you think of how the Sun goes round the Earth, you never really think of how the Sun is big compared to Earth. Well, its size is bigger than you ever imagined. Those countless blue balls could be anywhere in their millions. If you ask me, true proof that Earth is unbelievably small. It's an irrefutable fact that the Sun is big and contains about almost 99.86% of all the existing mass of the solar system. Number 15. Eagle talon versus human hand. The eagle is one of the most beautiful birds that exists. It's also a hunter and predator. If the lion is the king of the jungle, the eagle is the king of the open skies. The talons on an eagle are evidence that it knows to fend for food. Those talons come with a firm grip. You don't want to get into a fight with an eagle. A fully grown eagle has talons that go up to 2 inches long. They're able to exert the force of 1,000 pounds of pressure for every square inch. This is how an eagle is able to swiftly pick up fish from the water in such a swift movement. Number 14. The size of a blue whale's heart. We all know how gigantic a blue whale is, but the heart of a blue whale is bigger than you think. It's like a small hill. The dimensions are just out of this world. The blue whale's heart is 5 feet long, 4 feet wide and 5 feet tall. The whole mass weighs around 400 pounds. It's literally the size of a small car. The heartbeat of a blue whale can be heard as far as 2 miles. It can also survive on just 2 heartbeats per minute. Its operations are on a whole new level. Number 13. How big was the Titanic? Compared to a modern cruise ship, the Titanic is dethroned as the mothership and takes a back seat. In its day, though, it was quite the eye-catcher. The movie Titanic does justice to the buzz that came about with the Titanic. Rose and Jack are, however, etched in our hearts forever. It's hard to believe that it was all the way in 1912 when the mighty Titanic hit an iceberg and disappeared into the icy waters of the Atlantic. This was the crown jewel of the White Star Line shipping company. The iconic Titanic was 269 meters long and 28 meters wide. Its height from the keel to the top of the bridge was 32 meters. Its capacity was 52,310 tons. The Royal Caribbean's Harmony of the Seas can handle the capacity of 227,000 tons. Need I say more? Number 12. Quetzalcoatlus northrii model, largest known flying animal ever. First off, that name is quite a mouthful. Second, does this remind you of Khaleesi in Game of Thrones and her dragons? This bird is also slightly bigger than the dragons in Game of Thrones. I don't know about you, but I would not want to encounter this bird on the streets. The bird is a pterosaur from the late Cretaceous in the North American region. It's from an interesting family of advanced toothless pterosaurs with unusually long and stiff necks. The fabulously long, complex name comes from the Aztec feathered serpent god Quetzalcoatl. Fully inflated horse lungs. I don't know what you'd be doing with these, but they're quite a sight. How big is that horse in the first place? Horses are just special animals that take in 2 5-gallon buckets of air every second. From the colour of these lungs, we'd say they're pretty healthy, no? Number 10. The Pyramids of Giza. The formation of these pyramids makes you appreciate architecture afresh. Getting to the top of the pyramids is like doing a small mountain expedition. Standing at 146 meters or 481 feet, you have to give a bow to the architect who came up with this design. These pyramids are the oldest of the 7 wonders of the world, and to date they are predominantly still intact. Number 9. A real wolf. Compared to coyotes, a real wolf looks somewhat grisly and scary. It's bigger than we'd imagine it to be. With its sinister eyes, the coyotes better take cover. The average nose to tail length is 4.5 to 6 feet, 1.4 to 1.8 meters. Their height at the shoulder is 26 to 32 inches, and they weigh 79 kilograms. That's 175 pounds. They're also pretty fast and can run at almost 35 miles per hour for short bursts. Number 8. The humpback whale. This whale likes to say hello to the divers. We should add that these divers have guts of steel. Swimming along the massive animals is enough to make the hairs on your neck rise. The humpback has a very unique body shape with pectoral fins and knobby neck. It's mostly known for breaching and other surface behavior. It's a favorite of the whale watchers. Found in oceans and seas worldwide, they're known to migrate for up to 25,000 kilometers each year. At some point, this whale was getting into the extinction list. With efforts from environmentalists, though, they're much safer. Number 7. A moose. Some of these animals do well in the wild. The wild does camouflage how they really look and their size. This moose is half as big as an elephant. Those sinister horns would cause pandemonium in a minute. This animal belongs to the extant species of the deer family. Their hand-like antlers are a very distinctive feature. They're generally not aggressive, but when provoked, they're not very polite. During mating season, they really put up a show when the males get into feisty fights to get the attention of the females. Number 6. Michelangelo's David. The image I have of this iconic sculpture is big, but not this big. It can overtake the roof of any regular building. Let's just look at it for one long minute. Michelangelo was a true genius. This piece of Renaissance art symbolized the defense of civil liberties in the Republic of Florence. The eyes of David with a warning glare were fixated towards Rome. Number 5. A gorilla's hand. The gorilla, as much as he's related somewhat to the modern man, the size almost makes you doubt that fact. Look how big that hand is, a sight to make you run very far away. The elongated hands are lying to the fact that gorillas are tree dwellers, even though they spend a large amount of their time on the ground. They use their hands to move about and to fend for themselves. Number 4. A wind turbine blade. When the wind turbine turns across the skies, you never imagine the size of each blade. If you ever get to see them being transported, you'd be fascinated at their giant size. The blades, however, come in different sizes, all dependent on the electricity they're set to produce. A utility-scale turbine might have blades that are 165 feet and the rotor diameter about 325 feet long. At number 3, a comet. When you see a comet in the sky, it feels like a small little thing. If you were to see one on Earth, you would be super amazed. It would need at least an entire city to be evacuated for it to land safely. They're relatively smaller than planets, but it would be a hectic day if they lodged a mission into Earth. The average diameter of one is 750 meters. That's 2,460 feet. Number 2. Giant trucks. Some trucks out there are so huge they make regular buses seem like toy cars. One such truck is the Belaz 75810, which is a dumper truck that was developed by engineers to work on delivering the loads of a Russian company. And number 1. How big are road signs? Some of them are gigantically big. When you're driving through cities and you see them as landmarks, you only see a fraction. At manufacture, they could occupy an entire warehouse. The standard size, though, is 30 by 36 inches when mounted overhead. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please let me know by clicking the like button, do share, write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so you can catch up my next video.